So I'm going to quickly put the trigger bar springs back into place. And again, take those out. You're just unscrewing the screw that goes in right there. So I'm going to want to slide this back in to the frame. Get that down into place. Alright, once it starts getting some resistance right here, as you screw this back together, it's going to kind of lock in place, and it's a pretty tough screw to remove. Definitely, the screw has this ribbing, so it's clicking down into place, so it's not going to come back out. And as I tension that down, there we go, and you can actually see, as I tensioned it down, a little mark where this is slid up the frame right here. Kind of scratched it. So this is why I'm careful. I just don't like taking these out very often, because you're just going to have to now work to set each of these. The right hand side, which is right here, when the trigger bar is in place, so like such, rough example, that right side, what you're going to want to pop it in and up, and it'll come up the trigger bar, up the inside of the trigger bar, and they ride, each of these springs is supposed to ride in these little cutouts right here. Again, should be polished, and you pop that out on the inside, and it should come up. As I've talked to Cajun Gunworks, they say they have it come up about a quarter of the way up the slide. And then the left hand side, when you have that tensioned, it should just be putting tension onto the trigger bar. Like if you're popping it out to come up to the inside to test it, it shouldn't be coming up the inside of the trigger bar. So I'll cover that as I have to adjust them later on, but that's why I avoid doing this, because then you have to kind of get in and you're gonna have to pull these, kind of bend them inwards to get them set so they rest on these little these little again cutouts on the bottom of the trigger bar to kind of act as guides. So that is putting the trigger bar spring back into place.